Hey everybody, this is Tony with MyRepairApp, and I'm here to talk to you about inventory counts version 2. So what are inventory counts? Inventory counts, in a nutshell, is a way for you to verify what's in stock in your store physically and comparing that versus what your system thinks is in stock. To access inventory counts, on the top hand side you'll see inventory, hover over that, and then you'll select inventory counts. On the right hand side after that you'll see inventory count. Press this. Then you have an ability here to assign a count to various employees. You can select a time you want this to be counted, and then you're going to select your category. You can select all and count everything in your store. It's not recommended because that will take a long time. Typically, when you do inventory counts, you really want to do them at least once a month. In a perfect world, once a week would be ideal. So we'll select this, and for the purpose of this tutorial, we will select part. And I'm going to take it a step further. I'm not just going to scan all parts, I'm going to scan phone parts. And then I'm going to press Start Inventory Count. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over this page with you step by step. Inventory count in progress. So you'll see here it says use the search section below to scan barcodes or search for items to add to your account. Right below that you'll see there are currently 0 items counted, and it'll show you the start date of the count. Right here, you'll see this blue icon that's highlighted. You'll have step 1, step 2, and 3. So step 1 is to count items. You're going to scan or search for items, and then you're going to record physical quantities. And then you review, right? You're going to review discrepancies and save your count progress. Lastly, that's when you're going to reconcile and complete. You will approve any adjustments and update inventory levels. I'm going to scroll down here, and the top part will shrink. And so you'll see total items 0, you'll see matching, discrepancies, and accuracy. So the goal hopefully is your discrepancies are going to be as close as possible to 0, and your accuracy level will be as close as possible to 100%. Right below that you'll see an add items to count section. Here you can add the items to your count. You can do so by scanning the barcode or searching by the SKU, name, or manufacturer. It's extremely recommended to just use a barcode scanner. It's much faster and much more accurate. And in fact, if we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see other tips and tricks. So for tips for accurate counting, use the barcode scanner above to quickly add items. Once you start adding items, you'll see there will be a plus and minus button for quick quantity adjustments. You'll also have an edit button that will allow you to manually enter quantities if you're adjusting large quantities. And then you'll be able to review discrepancies. That's recommended. You want to review them, and the items that are highlighted in orange or red are discrepancies. And then you want to save your progress regularly to avoid losing data. So for instance, let's say you're doing a count, but then all of a sudden door opens, people start coming in, you have to stop doing your count and you need to help the customers. Perfectly understandable. That's when you would want to save the count just in case someone else goes onto the computer and accidentally leaves the screen. So we'll start with the count. So I'll scroll back up, you'll see right here, again, add items to count. Typically, like I said, I would recommend a barcode scanner. I don't have one with me at this time, so I'm just going to type in what I'm going to be counting, which is an iPhone 11 LCD. And I'm going to do just that item there. So you'll see we have a discrepancy because currently I only counted 1, whereas the system's expecting me to count 6 because MyRepairApp says, hey, you have 6 in stock. So as of right now, my variance is a -5. Right? I have too little. But as I start counting more, you'll see the count goes up, variance goes down. Once I counted 6, just like as expected 6, you'll see there's no discrepancy. I have matching 1, and my accuracy level is now 100%. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to show you what happens if you count less or more than what is in the system. So the expectation is 6. MyRepairApp said I have 6. To show you that, I'm going to go to my inventory here, and you'll see we have 6 of these iPhone 11 screens. But I'm going to count 5. Also right here we have a filter and sort section. So if you are counting a lot of different items, you can start filtering and sorting based on what you've counted. So you can go off of category levels. You can look at discrepancies only, missing items, and you can also sort by SKU and variance. On the top, we're going to hit start counting. And let's just say I counted these iPhone 11 screens, but I found something that I want to scan in. So I'm just going to scan in something random here, supposedly, right? Let's assume I have a barcode scanner, but I don't. So I'm going to scan that in, but I don't have anything, right? MyRepairApp says you have 0, but I counted it. So I have a +1 variance. So what I'm going to do for the purpose of this tutorial is just complete the count to show you what it looks like when you have a discrepancy on both ends. So before I complete the count, on the right hand side you'll see 3 dots. This is where you can save that progress I mentioned before, or you can delete the count. So we're going to complete the count. So once you do this, run step 3, which is reconcile and complete the count. So you really want to review and adjust any discrepancies before finalizing. So you'll see here in the part, we have 2 items in your count, one over, one under. Now if I was scanning different categories than just part, I would be able to see part and then devices, accessories here. Right here you'll see overage 1, items counted above system quantity. That's because this item that I scanned, it says expected 0, meaning MyRepairApp says, hey, you don't have this in your inventory system. So right here it says 1 extra item found. You can configure how these additional items should be added to inventory. So this is where you're going to actually add it into your inventory since it's currently not in MyRepairApp. Configuration applies to all 1 items, so all extra items will be added with the same condition, supplier, and pricing. Meaning if you had multiples of these or multiple items you're scanning in, they're all going to have the exact same condition, supplier, and pricing. So you're going to select the condition here, select your suppliers, the cost, the price, and it'll add it into inventory. And then the short is you have the iPhone 11 screen. So again, MyRepairApp says, hey, you have 6 in stock, but I scanned in 5. So if I leave this as 5, that means we're going to have 5 in the inventory once I reconcile the count. However, if I change this to 6, then there's no discrepancy whatsoever. Let's just say for the sake of this tutorial here, I'm going to go ahead and put 5. And so what this will do is this will adjust our inventory levels to 5. So again, I'm going to go back to my inventory table just to show you I have 6 in stock according to MyRepairApp. But according to my count, I only have 5. I scanned 5. And then on the bottom, you'll see count notes. You can have any notes here. You can leave any notes about any significant discrepancies. And before completing, please read this. It says to review all quantity adjustments carefully. You want to ensure your supplier information is correct for any new items. And again, adding the notes for any significant discrepancies and noting that this action will update your inventory. So we're going to complete the count. And so you are about to complete this inventory count and update your system. This will update all inventory quantities to match your count, and it'll add new inventory items for excess quantities, and it'll create an audit trail for all changes. This I'm going to show you in just a moment. And if you want to review again, you can do so, but just make sure that all of your adjustments are correct before proceeding. And we're going to select complete and update inventory. Once I press this is going to reconcile the inventory count, and it's done. We'll go back to the inventory on the iPhone 11. So right now, MyRepairApp says 6. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page. And so according to the count, we now have 5 in stock. So we counted 5. MyRepairApp now says we have 5 in stock. Right here on the right-hand side, next to item summary of the part, you'll see activity history. This is visible on all items in your inventory. So it's whether it's a part, device, a repair, accessory, you will have activity history here. Press this. And you will see that we prior had a lot of different tests, but you'll see when we removed that quantity of 1. So this right here, the remove quantity of 4 was just from a previous test. But here you see that we went down 1 quantity due to an inventory count update. You'll also see received and ordered. It'll show you how many you received and which purchase order you received them on. And when you add parts to a ticket, you'll have one here. It'll also tell you that you added a part, how many you added, and to which ticket you added them to. So that's inventory counts. Again, inventory counts are used to verify what's in stock at your store versus what MyRepairApp says you have in stock. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to support. As always, support can be reached out to in this icon here. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to follow our YouTube channel to make sure that you're up to date with all new updates coming.